Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Beyond Classic Rock. Man, this is kicking off the new channel, the very first upload, first reaction. And yeah, man, it's been a long time coming. The channel has been in the works, I would say, close to a year. And time is everything sometimes, and it was just the right time to start a new channel. Lots of subscribers wanting something just slightly a little bit different, even though of course they love classic rock, but there's just so much more where music is concerned, has so much to offer. And so thank you very much for considering me being a platform to trust your musical taste with, and that you're hoping that I will handle it just as well as the classic rock platform. So what I want to do here, man, first off, the first song that we're going to be doing a reaction for is, man, taking me back to some roots, boy, let me tell you. The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. This song, man, is groundbreaking. It was the first out of the chute in many areas. Very relatable, and you could literally at ground level relate to the message of the song. So man, before I kick this off, I just want to give a shout out and a thanks very much to Randy. Randy, thank you, man. Thank you for the recommendation. Thank you for sending me the link. I gotta read you a message from Randy. This was in the comments section, man. Randy says, I fully support your decision for a second channel. Love all the comments above. I'm making my first official request for the first song you react to on your new channel to be The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. And so then I replied back and I said, it will be done. He's the first to call it. Nobody else called it. Lots and lots of, hey, good idea, great idea, good idea. But nobody called it, you know, so he was the first to call it. And then Akachita chimes in and he goes, Grandmaster Flash, with a whole bunch of question marks and exclamations. Seriously old school. Okay, gotta make a confession here. I've always been classic rock blues centric, but damn you, Randy, for making me admit I was digging the rap back in 1980. Although, as soon as it started going mainstream and becoming gangster rap, I immediately hated it. I feel you, brother. That is a completely different ionosphere altogether, trust me. We are not going to be doing any gangster rap in this channel. Alright, man. And then Akachita goes on and he says, so if you're going to do Grandmaster Flash, how about some Sugar Hill Gang, Curtis Blow, and maybe even Blowfly's Rap Dirty? Are you familiar? Question mark. We're getting a little bit on the dark side here. Just a little trucker's tale. Laugh out loud. And then Rhymes with T says, count me in for The Message as the first song review on SDB's new channel. So there you go, man. Unanimous. And lots of support for it. It's a good way to kick off the channel, and it represents a good mixed bag of stuff to come. So this channel is all about a mixed bag. Alright? So, without further ado, man, this is throwing me back to my days, boy, let me tell you. The Message, Grandmaster Flash. Let's get it.
It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Broken glass everywhere, people
On the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails, used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango, skipped the life and tango. A zircon princess seemed to lost her senses. Down at the peep show, watching all the creeps, so she could tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pimp, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
My brother's doing fast on my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Neon King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine, cancer membrane. Sometimes I think I'm going insane, I swear I might hijack a plane. Don't push me, call, I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My son said, Daddy, I don't wanna go to school, cause the teacher's a jerk, he must think I'm a fool. And all the kids smoke reefer, I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper. I dance to the beat, shuffle my feet, wear a shirt and tie, and run with the creeps. Cause it's all about money, ain't a damn thing funny. You got to have a con in this land of milk and honey. They pushed that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sewed her arm on again. Stabbed that man right in his heart. Gave him a transplant for a brand new start. I can't walk through the park cause it's crazy after dark. Keep my head on my gun cause they got me on the run. Skating. I feel like an outlaw, broke my last glass jaw. Hear them say, you want some more? Living on a seesaw. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Say what? It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The places you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, thugs, pimps, and pushers, and the big money makers, driving big cars, spending 20s and 10s, and you wanna grow up to be just like them. Smugglers, scramblers, burglars, gamblers, pickpocket peddlers, even panhandlers. You say I'm cool, I'm no fool, but then you wind up dropping out of high school. Now you're unemployed, all non-void, walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Turned stick-up kid, but look what you done did. Got sent up for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a make tag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover fag, being used and abused to serve like hell. Till one day you was found hung dead in a cell. It was plain to see that your life was lost. You was cold and your body swung back and forth. But now your eyes sing the sad, sad song of how you live so fast and die so young. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
I love that.
Yo, Mel, you see that girl, man?
Yeah, man.
Yo, that sound like Cowboy, man.
Cool.
Yo, what's up, money?
Yo.
Hey, where's Creole and Raheem, man?
Lay upstairs cooling out.
So what's up for the night, y'all?
Yo, we can go down to the fever, man.
Check out Junebug, man. Hey, yo, you know that girl Betty? Yeah, man. My mom's got robbed, man. What? Yeah, she got hurt bad. What the hell?
Free! Don't nobody move nothing. Y'all know what this is. Get him up. Get him
Yo,
up.
man, we down with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
What is that, a gang?
No.
Shut up. I don't hear you now. Shut up.
Officer, what's the problem?
You the problem. You the problem.
Yo, you ain't got
Get in the car. Get in the
stuffed 7 brothers in that car. All 6 foot whatever inches of them. Man, I tell you. You talk about a nostalgic rub. Taking my ass back to my roots, man. Damn. You know, the one big thing I remember about this tune, the biggest thing, was when I was growing up. I saw my older cousins and friends and things of that sort. They were really enticed to get into rapping by this. Not all of the flash and all of that sort of thing, but the very, very, I'll say face-to-face street level relatability of this song. The message behind it, talking about the urbanization, talking about the culture of living in impoverished part of the world, and you know, so all of these things that they were passing along was very, very relatable. And it's at the point where you can say to yourself, yeah, man, I can see myself approaching the game of rap like this. You know, it doesn't always have to be flash. It doesn't always have to be gangsta. It could be like this. And so it really helped to fan out rap, the platform of rap. And you know, a rapper can come at you in many different ways, approach subject matters in many different ways. I've often said that the platform of classic rock allows the artist to really express himself and cover a lot of things. Well, you know what? The platform of rap allows the artist to really address certain things too. Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? So yo, this song was very, very groundbreaking in being able to reach us. You know, the kids, the up and coming kids. This song reached us. You know, that's what I'll always remember about this song. All right, man. Hey, man. You know, when a certain song is playing and it starts, your memory and everything starts spinning. Man, I had so many images. But I remember my ass trying to look cool on roller skates, man. Going down to the roller derby and trying to do circles and all that stuff around the girls. Trying to impress them. Falling on my ass, though. Oh, well. Hey, good times. So, hey, man. Let's do a little background on this groundbreaking song, man. And get a little bit of info. There's always an interesting story behind the song, and this song, I bet you, has got a lot of interesting information, man. Alright, man. Wikipedia song fact info, here we go. The Message. The Message is a song by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. It was released as a single by Sugar Hill Records on July 1st, 1982, and was later featured on the group's first studio album, The Message. Message was the first prominent hip-hop song to provide a social commentary rather than the self-congratulatory boasting or partying chants of earlier hip-hop. The song's lyrics describe the stress of inner-city poverty. The song may not have been the origin or conscious rap in the early 80s, but it took the idea, ran with it, married it, had several children, and bought a farm in upstate Idaho with it. The Message was the 7th rap song to ever appear on Billboard's Hot 100 chart, peaking at number 62. It went gold within 11 days. It was also selected by the New York Times as the most powerful pop single of 1982, and NME named it their #1 track of the year. In 2017, Rolling Stone named it the best hip-hop record of all time. But perhaps the song's biggest honor was in 2002 when the U.S. Library of Congress began archiving recordings that are culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant in its National Record Recording Registry. The Message was included because of its focus on urban social issues, and thus shows it is regarded as significant as other recordings also archived that first year, like Stars and Stripes Forever, God Bless America, and Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. Good company. Though it's credited to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the message was primarily written by Ed Duke Booty Fletcher and producer Jiggs Chase, and the only contributing member of GF and TFF being Mel Mel, who wrote the final verse. At the suggestion of Sylvia Robinson, the then head of Sugar Hills Records, both Duke and Mel rapped on the track. There are many different versions of this song, with different numbers of verse. Often, verse 4 is omitted. This is the original and longest version. It has been sampled and quoted many times. Genesis drummer and lead singer Phil Collins, along with Grammy Award-winning producer Hugh Padgham, described in the 2001 release, the Genesis songbook, how the message helped shape the hook of the band's 1983 hit single, Mama. Padgham said that, at the time, the message was one of my favorite records. Collins thought the laugh thing was fantastic, what a great sound, and he experimented with it and incorporated it into the song. During live shows, his version, usually using their signature Very Light technology, became a highlight of the performance. Collins quipped that rap has influenced Genesis, unquote. Excellent. Yeah, hey man. Mama. I did a Mama reaction on the Classic Rock channel. I remember this song having a really, really strong effect on me, man. I was watching an episode of Magnum P.I. I think the episode was called Fallen Sons or Forgotten Sons or something Sons. Anyway, Magnum was posing as a Navy officer, all decked out in his whites and everything. He had to get onto the base, get into the computer room so that he can look up some really important information. And I think it was information about his father's origins, his parental origins, something like that. But anyway, as he's sitting down in the computer room, he's not supposed to be there. He's looking over his shoulder, just making sure that he's not being detected. This song, Mama, is playing in the background, loud as hell. And once it got to the part where he found what he was looking for, it was very, very emotional for him, because he uncovered something that I guess he wasn't expecting, and that laughing part of the song hit, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, and it was amplified and it was loud, and it really, really had an impact. It put such an exclamation on that moment for Magnum. You've got to check out that episode, Magnum P.I. It was like the something Sun. Anyway, it had a very, very strong Miami Vice vibe. You know how they use music to really amplify things up? That episode of Magnum was the shit, man. I remember that about that song, Mama. Anyway, moving along. So, what have the artists said about their song? Grandmaster Flash said about the distorted artist name, since only 2 of his band, excluding himself, were on the track, he said, quote, I hated the fact that it was advertised as Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, because the only people on the record were Mel and Duke Booty, unquote. And about its success, he said, quote, it played all day, every day. It put us on a whole new level, unquote. It certainly did, brother. Critical reception. In addition to being widely regarded as an all-time rap anthem, the message has been credited by many critics as the song that catapulted MCs from the background to the forefront of hip-hop, thus shifting the focus from the mixing and scratching of the Grandmaster as the star to the thoughts and lyrics of the MC playing the star role. David Hickley wrote in 2004 that the message also crystallized a critical shift within rap itself. It confirmed that MCs or rappers had vaulted past the DJs as the stars of the music. Man, I remember when that shit happened. Yo. In 2007, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five became the first hip-hop act ever to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Excellent, man. And that is Wikipedia song fact info on this fantastic track, man. This groundbreaking track. Yo, so moving forward, what you can expect on this channel is a mixed bag. This is just the first example. Right after this, I'm going to be doing a few uploads. I'm going to upload a couple of things that fit a little bit more better on this platform rather than on my classic rock platform, namely Alice in Chains. I did a quad last week. The Jeff Buckley reactions are going to be coming up on this, and a couple of other reactions that will fit a little bit better on this Beyond Classic Rock platform. And so when visitors pass by, they'll be like, oh man, he's all over the place. He's got so many different things here, and here. And of course, he's got this classic rock platform, and he's keeping the classic rock element by itself. So, you know, it's going to be really, really nice to be able to move all around the board. You know, for example, man, I got some Bob coming up. I got some reggae coming. I got some funk, got some disco, some KC, some Bee Gees. I got some folk rock coming and some Latin grooves in the shoot. So, yo, man, I'm going to be all over the board, man. And it's great, you know, because it will really give me some excellent exposure to what's coming immediately down the chute. We can take a look at that right away, or we can do a throwback to yesteryear, just like this, you know. So it's going to be able to. It's going to be nice to be able to move around, and that is, man, my reaction to the message. My throwback nostalgic rub. Taking me back to when I was wearing some baggy ass pants, man. Jeez, I had a big ass afro and a huge pick always sticking out of it. Whenever I did something wrong, I couldn't get far because my mom would reach out and grab a full head of afro, man, and just pull me into the house. Man, I'm not gonna say I miss those days, but I remember them fondly. All right, so hey, man. Yeah, I was gonna say something else too. It just slipped my damn mind. I was gonna say something else too. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Speaking of the other channel, while the other channel is operating, this channel is also going too. Right now it's May, and it is Artist of the Month. The Artist of the Month for May on the Classic Rock channel is Bob Dylan. Now, you know, you might say, well, he's more folk rock or what have you. But you know what? There's a place for him on that channel, so I'm going to keep him there. So Bob Dylan is the Artist of the Month on the Classic Rock platform. So whenever I actually post something on this Beyond Classic Rock channel, I'll also link in the description. You can always check out what is going on the other side, and back and forth, that sort of thing. So we're going to have a dual relationship back and forth, doing a little bit of cross-referencing. So I just wanted to give you that heads up, and I'm really stoked about Bob Dylan being Artist of the Month. Artist of the Month, by the way, is this is the last month for it. I had to shut that down just a little while, just so that I can make room for this channel. There's no way that I'd be able to do everything and while maintaining Artist of the Month. So I think that between this channel and the other channel, we'll basically cover everything, and everyone should be satisfied now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that is my first reaction, man, and definitely look for a couple of more coming very, very soon. And I look forward to seeing all of the great variety and stuff that you guys have to offer. So have a good one. Take care. I'll see you in my next reaction. Peace.